right now. Today we discuss the trend of eating laundry detergent pods, show prospective triathletes how to sign up for track and field this season, and give a reminder of the upcoming Quad Globe. All that and more is coming up on today's show. Welcome to InFocus. I'm Isabel Harding. Let's get started with our daily pick. Actually, it looks like there is once again no daily pick for today. Let's try and not make this a trend for the rest of the semester. Make sure to send in your daily picks to bulletin@infocusnews.tv or our Twitter @PallyInFocus. As always, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in and around campus. Here's today's campus bulletin. This Monday, wear your pajamas to school for the first day of Quad Globe. Also, head out to the Quad to see some awesome student performers. Volume 98 of the Madrono Yearbook is on sale now and can be reserved for $75 if orders are placed by the end of January. On February 1st, the price goes up to $90. Purchases can be made on the web store by going to pally.net or with Miss Giffen in the auditor's office in the Tower Building. Yearbooks mean the start of the end of the year and the start of summer. The Summer Opportunities Education Evening is a great way to learn how to best use that summer free time. It will take place on Wednesday, January 31st at Gun High's Library at 7 p.m. The deadline to add a class is this Friday, the 19th. It's the last chance to add a class to your schedule, although there is still more time to drop a class. All students who wish to participate in track and field this year should sign up through the URL on screen. This includes new and returning members of the team. Join the Palo Alto Team Arts Council this weekend for a free clothing swap. Either swap a piece of clothing or bring money. The event is in the Mitchell Park Library this Sunday from 2 to 4:30. Pally Juggling Club presents its first ever 3-day free-to-the-public juggling festival titled Game of Throws from Friday, January 26th to Sunday, January 28th in the small gym of the Peary Family Center. Many professional jugglers from many different parts of the world will be in attendance. The YWCA will be returning next week during Flex to share a workshop on the realities of sexual assault, teen dating violence, bullying for gender socialization, and sexual harassment while promoting healthy communication skills and bystander intervention. If you're interested in attending any of their workshops, please stop by the Wellness Center to get a permission slip. Juniors interested in hearing about a fully paid Rotary Sponsorship Entrepreneurship Conference from April 4th to 6th may attend a short lunch presentation in room 407 on Monday, January 22nd. For more information, please check out the URL on screen. Complete the Pally Community Scholarship application that is due Monday and return it to the CNCC if you want to be considered for a need-based scholarship in the pool. You'll need to attach the email confirmation after receiving a FAFSA too. Moving on now from what's going on campus to what's happening in the world today. The House passed a stopgap funding bill Thursday evening, though the measure now faces uncertainty in the Senate as Republican congressional leaders work to avert a government shutdown by late Friday night. Republicans need 60 votes in the Senate to proceed on the 4-week continuing resolution, which would extend funding only until February 16th. That is looking more and more difficult after most Democrats and at least 3 Republican senators have said they won't vote for the bill. The House bill that passed Thursday evening including funding to extend the CHIP program for 6 years. After the House passed the bill, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell posted on Twitter essentially suggesting that Senate Democrats must choose between protecting DACA enrollees, whose program runs until March, and protecting the millions of children insured by CHIP, who could face more funding shortfalls immediately. It's called the Tide Pod Challenge. People eat detergent packets on camera, then upload the video to social media platforms. YouTube is now removing any videos that shows people biting into the pods. Google, which owns YouTube, said its community guidelines prohibit content intended to encourage dangerous activities. Facebook is also removing posts from its platforms, including Instagram. Tide parent company Procter & Gamble also wants to stop people from eating its detergent. It hired NFL player Rob Gronkowski to make a video discouraging the stunt. A spokesperson from the American Association of Poison Control Centers said that in the first 11 days of 2018, there have been 40 reported exposures to liquid laundry detergent pods by the ages of 13 to 19-year-olds. Today, January 19th in 1809, marks the birthday of famous writer Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe was an American writer and literary critic. Poe is best known for his poetry and short stories, particularly his tales of mystery and grim stories. He is widely regarded as a central figure of Romanticism in the United States and American literature as a whole. He was one of the country's earliest practitioners of the short story. Poe is generally considered the inventor of the detective fiction genre and is further credited with contributing to the emerging genre of science fiction. He was the first well-known American writer to try earning a living through writing alone, resulting in a financially difficult life and career. Now it's time to find out who our birthday boys and girls are for today. InFocus wishes a very happy birthday to Sergey Mata, Brian Rodriguez, Vivian Fang, Sophia Mariolis, Dara Hadarpourn, Fiza Usman, and Charlotte Verasival. Now let's move on to the world of sports.
Girls varsity basketball. JV is the same at 4:30. Los Gatos also houses the boys' frosh-off and varsity games at 3 p.m. and 7:45 p.m. Powie soccer teams makes the journey to Los Gatos as well, with the boys' frosh-off game at 3:30 p.m., the boys' varsity game also at 3:30 p.m., and the girls' JV game at the same time.
Well, Sam, it looks like Los Gatos is in for some stiff competition today.
You can say that again, Isabel. If you ask me, Los Gatos has a big storm coming. You got this, Vikes.
This week we've given you clues as to who our mystery staff member is for the week. This teacher is has a favorite teacher who's in jail for murder, castrated steers for his first job, and taught at 4 other high schools other than Pali. And he plays bass and trombone poorly. Do you know who it is? Our mystery staff member is Mr. Satterthwaite. Now let's go to Noor and Naveed, who caught up with Mr. Satterthwaite to get the lowdown on all these strange facts about his life. Noor?
Staff member is for this week. Some of those clues were pretty interesting. This week's guest whose staff member is Mr. Satterthwaite, who joins me now. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Satterthwaite.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
So the first fact is that your favorite high school teacher is serving in prison right now as a murderer. So
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that story?
It's kind of a morbid story, but he was a great chemistry teacher. He was really inspirational to me in high school. He sort of was somebody who wanted to make me go into teaching. But about 10 years after I graduated, something snapped, and he was having a meeting with the superintendent of the district and some other people, and he got angry. He left the meeting. He went home, got a gun, came back, and actually shot up our superintendent, the superintendent of the district that I went to high school in. And really weird story. The police came afterward to find him after the police had been called, and they found him sitting at his desk in his room just grading papers like nothing had ever happened. So obviously something snapped. It's terrifying, but
before he was a
strange.
good teacher.
He was great. He was amazing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It was
that's
so
crazy.
strange. Yeah, I'm sad too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And your second thing is that your first job in high school was involving castrating steers. Can you tell us a little bit
Well, yeah,
about
so I grew up in sort of rural southeast Michigan in the Midwest, and so I worked on a farm, and we did a lot of weird, interesting jobs, but one of the jobs that I had, it was one of the first things I was told to do and shown how to do was to castrate steers. So if you have a male cow and you don't don't castrate them, they become a bull, and they become very aggressive. And so if you want to sell them for meat, you have to castrate them. And that was one of my jobs.
Well, it's very interesting.
Also very disturbing. Yeah.
And you said that also that Pali is the 5th high school that you've ever taught at. So can you remember all the other high schools?
So I started teaching in Woodstock, Illinois, which is northwest of Chicago. If you've ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, they filmed that movie there in Woodstock, Illinois. So I started teaching there. I moved back to Michigan, taught near Grand Rapids in a town called Hudsonville. And then I moved to Dexter, which is just outside of Ann Arbor, and taught there for 15 years. And then I went to Grosse Pointe, which is near Detroit, and taught there. And now here I am.
So did you teach journalism in all these schools?
I didn't. The first school I never taught journalism at, but all the schools after that. So it's my 4th journalism school.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. And you were a great journalism teacher. I had you last semester. Pretty great. And your 4th fact was that you played trombone and bass, both poorly, but you still played.
Well, I have a trombone from high school. I played trombone in high school. That was my thing. I was never that great at it, but bass is a new thing that I've tried to take up. Again, I'm not very good at it, bass guitar, but we have a little teacher band going here called Progress Report. So we played at the choir festival last year, and I don't know, we just do it as a lark. But I'm probably easily the worst member of the band, the least talented member, but it's fun.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Satterthwaite.
Absolutely.
All your facts were really interesting. It was so good to have you.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Well, that does it for today's episode. Have a great day, Pally.